Good evening, folks. We're here at the Portland Hotel again for a weekly roundup. I'm with Darcy, one of the legends in football circles. Not much he hasn't done and isn't still doing. Board member. And look, I want to squash the rumour right here and now that the only reason he's a member of the board is because he loves a free lunch, but he does love
absolutely.
A
They said free lunch with free, and I said I'm there. Don't worry about that.
How are they tracking, mate?
No, we're sitting second at the moment.
Yeah,
we're sitting second, we've done real well. So just got to take out the big one this year. So
haven't lost a game since you got on board.
Correct.
But unfortunately, we're not here to talk about the SANFL. We're here to talk about Division 4 in the South Australian Adelaide Footy League.
That's the one?
Like that, is it? Yeah.
Oh, they change it every year on us.
Yeah, they do. And some interesting results in Division 4. We'll go through them now. Darcy, what do you reckon?
Upset of the year, this one, in this division.
Salisbury, 9 goals 7, beat Kilburn at Kilburn's home ground, 8 goals 11, and a crucial game. And Kilburn were just travelling nicely. They started the game a bit of momentum, weren't they? And bang! Who would have picked that?
They would not. Salisbury had only won one game up until this time. They've won, obviously, that makes them win 2 if my maths is correct. Kilburn, again, they were trapped. They won 4 in a row, I think. If they won this, they would have been 1 game clear of Mitcham in the 5. So upset Salisbury by 2 points over Kilburn at Kilburn as well at the same time. So we never thought that one.
It's a slap in the face for the Kilburn people. Best players and goal kickers for Salisbury were Weetra got 2, Wormald 2, and singles to Fleming, Shields, Timperon, Goods, and Banwell. And the best players, well, Shieldsy, no one was better than him.
No, correct.
Fantastic game. Hull, Goods, Monopolis, Dalglish. Any relation? Kenny Dalglish, the great soccer player, and Timperon round out the best players for Salisbury. And he's from Kilburn,
Kilburn, Longy. So Longy with 4, obviously brother of our photographer.
Shorty.
Yep. O'Keefe, Sandycock, Brown, Pitchigan.
I bet you he was dirty when the
Pitchigan?
When the marriage split up or
started on another name. So.
Yeah, and a harder one. Brown would have been nice and easy to do, but he's now Brown Pichugan.
Pichugan?
You like that? Pichugan. Actually, when you say it, it sounds nice coming.
Rolls off the tongue. Brown
Pichugan.
Brown Pichugan. Best players: Graham, Carr, Foster, Tippett, and Presser. So Longy with his 4 goals again. Biggest goal scorer doesn't get not even a chicken pack.
Corey Presler returned at the Chick Park. He wouldn't be happy with those results.
Graham's 250th.
Whose was it? Andy Graham's 250th.
Andy Graham.
Well done, best player too. Is that why they named him best? You reckon there's a bit of...
the week before?
Right, he's on a roll.
Yeah.
The big fella.
The lawyer?
Gepps Cross. Speaking about being on a roll, they're on a roll at the moment out at home. DUNCAN FRASER Reserve took care of the ever-improving SMOSH West Lakes considerably.
Improving?
Gepps SMOSH have been improving.
Have they?
Yeah, absolutely. Gepps
5
Cross.
wins, okay. Yeah, fair point.
Started the season zipping 3.
Yep.
But Gepps Cross kicked 9 goals, 1 in the last quarter to 1 goal 3 and just tore
that's where it was.
SMOSH a new one.
Yep.
All done in the last quarter, 24 goals. In fact, I lie, they kicked 10 in the second quarter, so there must have been a pretty strong breeze there. 10 in the second and 9 in the last means they end up big winners, 24-9 to SMOSH 11-13. Goal kickers for Smith. Goal kickers for Gepps Cross were Schmid with 5, Clark Rantazza with 4, Gibbs 3, Ladd 3, Mason 2, and singles to about 10 blokes. You want me to name them?
Alright, well mate, I'd like to name every place so the name gets read out.
Good. Clark Rantazza, O'Neill, Tahana, Ball, Smith, Maniotis and Big Gibbsy. Best players, Schmitty with a lazy 5, was a good effort. Mason, Clark Rantazza. Now the problem with Clark Rantazza is they're both J's.
They are, so which one it is.
You know, we don't know whether it's the speedy wingman or the full forward. Bray and he is, so Camp round out the best players.
And for SMOSH, we've got Scott with 4, Parham with 3, Broom, Russell, Gates and Brown with the best players, Elliott, Moore, Broom, Williams and Hugha. Apologies for that, Hugha. H-U-Y-N-A, Hugha.
Yeah, I'm going with Hugha.
Yeah.
Bit of controversy in the B grade game in this one, Darcy.
Oh, what happened?
SMOSH got his jaw broken.
No, you're not pretty when you...
Big Aiden Manning, we wish you all the best, Big H.
Yeah. So, Eastern Park.
Well, can they come home with a wet sail? Where are they sitting on the ladder?
Second bottom, obviously with a bit of controversy.
Yeah, they're on 7 points.
Wins, but they're 7
all
points.
They need, 5th spot is on 10. I'll
So,
tell you what, I reckon they're going to make
behind.
it.
Sorry?
They're going to make
I reckon
it.
they'll make it. They're only 3 points behind. So
yeah, marvellous effort, Das.
SMOSH West Lakes, they got 10. So there's actually 10 Kilburn are on 10 or 5th. Mitcham, Pooraka and SMOSH are all on 10.
Yep.
Because I say from 5th to 8th, they're all on the same 5 and 6.
Yep.
So Eastern Park's going to win just a couple more. You never know what they could do.
Well, I'll tell you what, this is going to be an interesting division to watch because Eastern Park, mark my words, will make it to 5, which means that A side now, we know Salisbury are gone. They're not going to avoid relegation.
Yep.
The next side's going to come from a side that's 5 and 6 at this mark. You would think you're pretty safe. 5
Mate,
wins.
5 and 6, but you've got Kilburn, Mitcham, Pooraka and SMOSH West Lakes.
Oh, is it going to be?
Well, I think you said SMOSH on the up rather than on the down.
Yes.
0 and 3, they're on the improved so
Yes.
far. Mitcham just faltering a little bit at the moment. Kilburn,
Right.
after that loss last week, look, gee whiz, this is an unknown for probably another few weeks.
Well,
now.
we know you don't know, Das. What we want is an opinion.
No opinion at this stage. How's that?
weak.
I'm jumping. I'm on the
That's
fence
weak.
at the moment.
That's weak. Well, I'll tell you what, I think, I don't mind putting them on the line. I think Pooraka's win on the weekend against Glenunga, I would have had them maybe in the gun before that, but that is a fantastic win. We'll talk about that when we play them when we talk about them in a second. So, maybe it's SMOSH. They started with a whimper, got really going in the round 4 onwards, and then losing so badly against Gepps Cross might put them back on the back seat. It's going to be an interesting competition to watch. But anyway,
absolutely.
Eastern Park's goal kickers. O'Loughlin got 3, Williamson, Walkley 3s, Sumner 2, Nat 2, Diedrichson 2, and singles to Cop, Smith, McMullen, Morris and Burgoyne.
And for... sorry?
Best player. What are you cutting my lunch? I'm still
Oh, it
doing
was
best
2.
players.
Oh, you read that many of the goal scorers. I thought that was the best players as well.
You drifted off. Where were you?
Yeah, I was mine.
Eating dinner or something?
Up here or something like that. So
Williamson, Diedrichson, Cullen, Verrigan, Peter Verrigan. There's been a few clubs at Peter Verrigan, and Smithy. Best players there.
And for Mitcham, we got Rowe with 4, Aitken with 2, Daly, Wakeman, Webster and Archer with the individual goal scorers, with the best players Aitken, Daly, Gregory, Tucker and Sutherland. So
Yeah, some good names at Mitcham there that have been there for quite a while, but I thought they were travelling pretty nicely before Saturday, Mitcham. But
yeah.
Eastern Park, they cannot be dismissed, us. Could they win a premiership after losing, how many points did they lose?
They lost basically all of it, I think, didn't they?
7-14, they lost 7 points.
Yep. That'd be a record, I reckon.
But I don't think any side's done that, Das. Let's run a book on it. Anyway, Colonel Light Gardens played Edwardstown. Good game of footy, this one. Edwardstown 18-9. Just took care of Colonel Light Gardens by 4 goals, 14-7. And this is played at Colonel Light Gardens' home ground. They weren't quite good enough. Their goal kickers, James Bond, Fleming 5, Bennett 3, Smith 2, Sloan, Richards, Marshall and Ingram. Round them out. And the best players, Dawkins, Grouch, McLean, Ingram and Fleming.
And for Edwardstown, Blythe with the lazy 6, he's always in amongst the top goal scorers there. So I might even go the goal scorers after in this one. So Reading with 3, Case with 3, Parsons with 3, Woolard with 2, and Elliott, the individual goal scorer, with Ferrugia. Mate, he's probably close to one of their best and fairest this year. He's always in amongst it. Case, Blythe again, and Clark with Sarah in amongst the best players. So no, good win there by Edwardstown there. They're keeping they're sitting 3rd at the moment. Colonel Light Gardens, they're both 6 and 5. So
started the season at a house on fire.
They
Colonel Light
did.
Gardens, didn't they? Just dropped off for whatever reason. I don't know whether they've got injuries out there or what, but they need to get a hurry on it because
Absolutely,
there's some heat coming from behind us.
this one,
Can't believe it.
mate, this is another upset, I reckon.
Money team of the competition.
You say about Pooraka maybe relegated when you win against the likes of Glenunga.
Great win.
Oh, that's a big win.
The Pooraka boys would have been pumping on Saturday night. 14-9 to Glenunga, 12 goals, 11. And
At Glenunga.
yeah, big Mercer, big recruit, 4 goals. Stood up. Vandermeer 3, I think he's an assistant playing coach at the moment. Kennedy and Baker got 2. Batten, Clark and Armstrong got singles. Best players, Russell, Eagle, Vandermeer, Mercer and Timpano.
So, with Glenunga, McMahon with 5, Bennett with 2, Athanasios with 2, Hanson, Ellis and Ward with the individuals, with McMahon, Gratz, Ward and Thasios amongst the best. When you only pick 4 best players as opposed to 6, you think you can tell they're a bit cheesed off with that loss, I think. Because look, Pooraka, they are sitting, looks all on percentage at this stage, they're sitting 7th at the moment. Glenunga were firing, they've lost the last 2 games in a row, so this Look, the
Wheels
Wonkies,
have fallen off?
well, I don't know, were the Wonkies, any Wonkies were in there? The full, one was, Jake Wonky was there, but the full forward wasn't playing, so it's probably they may have missed the big man up at full forward, so just maybe that one player up there.
I'm not sure what's going on with Martin. He doesn't seem to be getting the game in the Crows team at the moment.
No, that's right.
He's really important to Glenunga when he plays, and obviously he did his bit. He kicked 5 goals and was best player. I can't see the other lad who's the captain didn't play. Injured
Again, so
and
maybe a few injuries.
He does tend to get injured a fair bit, doesn't he?
But no, a great win there by Pooraka, and as you said,
Well done the Bulls.
Soon didn't hit their chances of staying, their hopes of not getting relegated. So
Staying alive,
that's
staying
right.
alive.
So,
Pooraka is staying alive.
whoops. So stats.
Stats.
We'll just go. We'll get just the goal scorers. Sorry, I've hit the wrong button as I.
Stay with us, folks.
See
We'll
stats.
grab a cup of tea, maybe.
There, grab a cup of tea.
Won't be
Okay.
long.
James Clark ran fantastic with 41 from Gepps Cross. Kobe Blythe with 35. Alistair Fleming with 34. Rowe from Mitcham on 33, and O'Keefe on 29. So it's a surprise there's a few in there, but
Some boys have all played some pretty solid footy. So James Clark ran Tasman's played Division 1 footy. Colby
Yeah.
Blythe has played certainly Division 2 footy. Not sure about Fleming. Matthew Rowe played at a high level, and Reece O'Keefe was on an AFL list. So
yeah, that's right.
pretty impressive goal kicking, top of the order in Division 4.
This week's games are very important because we're just over halfway mark now, and the especially how close it is with you've got Gepps Cross 6 and 5, then you've got right down to Pooraka who are sitting 7th, who are 5 and 6. So one game between second spot and down to 7th spot. So
Well,
what even
go-
Smosh West Lakes? Sorry, Smosh West Lakes are 8th,
Yep.
5 and 6, and then as I've said, Eastern Park, they've only lost their points, but they're only a couple of points behind as well. So
It's a really, really interesting
It
competition, Division 4. This week's games, well, this will give us a bit of an idea. Gepps Cross versus Eastern Park. I think Eastern Park beat Gepps Cross first round. This one is at Duncan Fraser Reserve, which is the home of the Rams.
it is second versus, well, we're not sure where Eastern Park sit at the moment, but I
Yep.
think they're on the move. They obviously, I think Gepps Cross at home is sitting second. They're doing very well. Gepps Cross in a very tight contested game here.
Yeah, I agree with you. And Pooraka are taking on Colonel Light Gardens. Can they keep the momentum going out at Lindblom Park, string 2 in a row and start pushing relegation out the back door and maybe having a glimpse of
I think they
finals?
can. I reckon they're only one game behind Kilburn. Gardens
I agree.
technically on the ladder, so I reckon
Yep.
they can.
If the big Mercer keeps kicking goals, look out.
Exactly.
Not mercenary, big Mercer. I
Mercer.
said.
Mercer.
Okay, Salisbury are taking on Glenunga. We'll get a bounce back from Glenunga out of Salisbury.
You'd think this week Salisbury's a bottom, just the 2 wins. I think they're certainly you would hope they'll bounce back from that last week. So Glenunga for me.
Important game for Mitcham and Kilburn though. This one's at
Certainly
Mitcham.
is.
Kilburn and Mitcham both coming off losses.
There's only 0.4% between these two teams. That's how close this competition is.
Yep.
I'm going for Kilburn. I think they'll come back from last week.
Okay, I'm going for Mitcham at home, and Edwardstown are playing Smosh, and once again, Smoshies need that bounce back a little bit from last week's drubbing. This is at Edwardstown. Can they get there, Smoshy?
Well, Edwardstown are third, Smosh are 8th. There's only one game between them.
That's
So
what I'm saying,
again,
Darcy. Stay with me.
only because Edwardstown because it's at home.
I agree. Thanks, folks.
That's all for Division 5. 4, sorry. That's all, and we'll see you next week.